You're alive.
Okay, thank y'all for coming. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Go through the roll call myself. Is Karen coming? Any news on her?
We don't.
Okay. Boo?
Here.
Janice?
Here.
JJ? Dr. Davis?
Yes, sir.
Dr. Hill?
Here.
Larry?
Here.
Dr. Reynolds? Jason?
Here.
Dr. Welch? Brittany? Bill Boudreaux?
Here.
Yes, here. All right, Angelique?
Here.
Angie?
Here.
Emily? Okay,
And our teacher representative is here.
yes.
And the day before her wedding.
Yes. I said, please hurry up.
Okay. Okay, everybody had a chance to look at the minutes. Are there any changes? There are no changes. They'll stand as presented. Anything on board training?
Just attending the conference next month at LAPC at December 11th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Teacher rep report.
For lower school and ELA, they've seen a lot of growth. Their students have mastered a unit. They've got quite a good bit of kids who are making their way to grade level material. A few below grade level still, but they're seeing some gains and they're seeing a lot of growth. In math, they're also seeing the same thing. They have 10 students testing on grade level. 7 who have mastered and maintained a grade level test, and then 6 who are still a little below. They're working on 3-digit numbers, multiplication, and then some of them will actually start doing division this week. For social living and science in lower school, they are still progress monitoring, or they will be progress monitoring when they return from Thanksgiving break. They're learning about grid systems and maps, and then in science, they're learning about storms and weather, animal habitats, and adaptations. Lower school's general information is that they're going to have a Christmas shop for their students. It's a way for the kids to be able to use their extra points to buy some Christmas presents for their family. They have a flyer posted on the paper that will be sent out, I think, by Miss Rodri, correct? Or Miss Maddie, I can send it.
I'll do what I have to do.
I can send it.
First time hearing of the flyer.
They get to pay for wrapping as well. They can do regular, deluxe, or premium wrapping, and it's always a really cool thing that they do. In middle school math, 4th grade is working on single-digit multiplication and division, and then 5th grade is gearing up for multi-digit division. Science is learning about where energy comes from and how it's transferred from one form to another. 5th grade is going to take their end of unit assessment on patterns of the earth and sky, so they'll be able to tell you why they see different stars. ELA, both of the classes are working on their first unit for each of the curriculums, which is personal narratives. They've spent a lot of time writing their own personal narratives, and it might be the first time they've ever had to write paragraphs before, so kudos to them because that's a hard thing to do. When they do independent work, they have classroom goals for reinforcers when they attain those goals. For social studies in the 4th grade, they've concluded their 1st grade level unit of social studies, which was on prehistory kind of stuff. They've been working on a cave art project. They have also focused, or they're going to focus on, ancient East with ancient Mesopotamia, Israel, and Egypt. 5th grade is still kind of working on Middle Ages. They're focusing on the fact that while Europe was experiencing the Middle Ages, Arabia was experiencing the foundation of the Islamic religion and its golden age. She also has some pre and post assessment data posted. As you can see on their graph, the pre-assessment was pretty low. The highest was below a 40. But in their post-assessment, they have the lowest at an 80. So they've made a lot of growth in that. For enrichment in middle school, they're following the Glean Dyslexia Center to help with fine motor skills. They've been doing cutting and handwriting in print and cursive to address dyslexia and dysgraphia tendencies. 28 out of 33 students have completed the cutting program successfully so far, and they have seen improvement. Once they master that cutting program, they transition to cursive because there is research supporting cursive to be the most effective in defeating dysgraphic and dyslexic tendencies. In PE, they have concluded their track unit. Their next one will be tennis and pickleball. They have had a lot of NSU help coming around. They have huge shout out to Miss Stephanie Sleeks, I probably pronounced that wrong, from NSU for helping them organize the student athlete visits. They have had volleyball, softball, and soccer come help them out so far with PE. They are also working on health. They're completing their DARE essays. It's a multi-paragraph essay, summarize what they've learned in DARE, how they'll use those skills and strategies in life. Their DARE graduation is scheduled for December 11th at 2 p.m. in the cafeteria here at Max. LPSO, Dare and the Lion, graduating students and their parents will be in attendance. Board members are welcome to attend. Then their general, today was their monthly walking trip to Nichols. Students who met their behavior contingency and had the points got to get some Pizza Hut. Due to the number of students and the high demand at NSU, they're going to be transitioning to another monthly reinforcer in which the students remain at school but get some access to kind of fast food favorite activity things. In upper ELA, 7th and 8th have begun their next unit, and 6th grade is not far behind. They will begin when we come back from the break, their next unit. 6th grade will start learning about yellow fever. 7th grade is currently doing A Raisin in the Sun, and 8th grade is doing a narrative in the life of Frederick Douglass. For science, 6th grade is working with matter, energy, and ecosystems. 7th is working on chemical reactions, and 8th grade is working on thermal energy. In math, 6th graders just finished learning about exponents and are going into the least common, or the greatest common factors and the least common factors. 7th graders will be moving on to circumference and diameter of a circle, and the 8th graders will be doing more work with dilations on the coordinate plane. In general, for upper, we have color guard that we've started. We have a give back night on December 9th at Canes. Students tomorrow, some of them today, are buying big ticket items from their savings, things like going to Nichols, having a Nichols Day, basketball game, and Chick-fil-A. Our World's Finest Chocolate sale is also done. I am not sure of the numbers, but I know when we get them, they will be, you will be made aware. And I know that we have made enough to fund our trip to the Stennis Space Center, so that's really awesome.
I have some numbers in my report. So.
Perfect. For lower SPED/intervention, students have been making gains in progress monitoring for ELA Acadians and their individual interventions. The most popular items that students earn is recess, which is when they go outside 5 minutes early if the students meet their individualized goal in their fluency. Literacy and numeracy screens will also begin in December. Nichols students will have finished their observations and sessions of working with their students. And then in middle school, the middle school students are continuing to work on corrective reading program during their intervention time and appropriate rule following during small group sessions. The corrective reading program is to work on reading and listening comprehension skills so they can better understand what they read in class and out in the world. The upper school students are working on phonics and decoding to increase their reading comprehension skills. And that is all of the reports.
It was going to be your married name.
Trostclair.
Probably.
Yes, ma'am.
Great. Good.
Any questions about the report?
It's very well done.
Thank you so much.
Oh, okay. All right. I will send you this.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
Hi, good luck.
And a good break.
Let us know if you need anything.
Yes, ma'am, I will.
All right. Should do a good job. Okay, Angie?
Financial report
Yes.
time. Okay, thank you guys again.
since the 3 weeks when I've seen you last, not a whole lot has gone on. Pretty much the regular duties and things that I've been doing are same. I did, well, in looking at some of the expenditures, we are pretty much right in line with how we've been the last couple years. Our cash balance kind of increases at this time. We get a few of those grants, like CSS stipends and differentiated compensation and high dosage tutoring that balances out whenever I cut the checks for those things. And I did just this last week, our teachers and staff got our certified and support staff stipends, which was the $2,000 and $1,000 stipends that we've been getting for the last couple years. That was processed last week. And then I am wrapping up AFR post-submission. I'm wrapping up the audit. I had been doing that for the last few weeks. I wish I could say done, but still wrapping up. And yeah, other than that, I don't really have a lot of changes going on. We did just finish, or kind of finish, the World's Finest fundraiser. We stand and make about $5,000, which covers usually the buses and maybe the entry, maybe some of the entry to, I believe it's Stennis that we're going to this year, Stennis State Center. So it was pretty successful, a 2-week fundraiser, and it was my pleasure to help with that. We did get a lot of money coming in, but we do make about $5,000, so that's really all I.
You had coming in?
About $12,000 came into the building in the last few weeks. Yeah.
That's
So-
great.
Yeah, so yeah, it was successful. I don't really have anything specific that is out of the ordinary or unusual, so if you guys have any specific questions, I would be happy to help.
Are there any questions for you? No questions. Well done. You got anything, there's nothing new on grants?
Well, there is something new. Just this week, I haven't even had a chance to get with Miss Emily, who helped with this, but we did get a letter from the Pelche Foundation that says, unfortunately, we are not able to help you with this program. So maybe we can revisit. It was a kind of, I think if you recall, Miss Emily talked about supplementing our curriculum expenses with some funds, if possible. But this came this week. I haven't even gotten with her yet, but that we did not get the Pelche Foundation.
How much were we requesting?
I'm sorry that I can't answer that off the top of my head. It was about 20-ish. Yeah. That's all I have for grants at this time.
Okay. And the building sites, I think the floors are taken care of. Right?
The floors that we showed you are taken care of. The day after Mr. Manuel left, someone found another soft spot.
Great.
You called him?
I have not called him because I can't remember where it is, and so clearly it's not that big of a
Well,
deal.
just have him call him.
Yes, sir.
You call him whenever you find it,
Okay.
and he'll line up,
Yes, sir.
you know, 'cause that's weekend work. Okay, principal's report.
Okay, so, as pointed out, it's only been 3 weeks since our last meeting, and I wasn't doing much before then. I haven't done a whole lot since then.
These are lies, just so you know.
World's Finest Chocolate, of course, ended, yay. Yesterday I did have an opportunity to attend the stakeholders meeting for the pre-counseling internship program because for the past 3 years we have had an intern from their program for every semester, so that's been at least 6. Actually, at one point we had 4 in the building concurrently between their brick and mortar and their online programs that they had. It was about what they need to do on their end, and to be honest, not a whole lot. The interns that we have gotten, especially as we keep going along, have been just phenomenal individuals. We have one that's finishing up this week, and we are sad to see her go. Lady Colonel's basketball game is December 1st. The kids have been working towards earning that this week. It is based on their behavioral criteria that they should meet by the end of day tomorrow, and then when we come back on Monday, we've already got bagged lunches ready to go, or on order, so that we can head on out to the gym and spend a big chunk of our first day back from Thanksgiving in a gym screaming our heads off. Always a fun time, always, especially when Tilu comes. We are saddened that we won't be visited by Boots this year. I'm sure we are all feeling that. Kane's Color Guard, as Miss Gore pointed out, on December 9th, she has arranged between 4 and 8 for Kane's to have a give back night. Now, she was able to get the Tawasi grant, which they're not Tawasi anymore, and that was to help cover the registration. So last month I told you that registration for one of these leagues, as it were, costs $650 per team, but then it gets you into all these different competitions. So she wrote a grant and received said grant for that. So now her fundraising efforts are going towards, right, the silks you saw at today's demonstration were donated. They're very good. They're very lovely. I think the next point on, she would like to get more specifically Max colors for those silks instead of the red, white, and blue. And there's also, I know eventually fundraising will go towards offsetting the cost of uniforming, but right now she's keeping it simple. The next big ticket item is what's called a mat that they use, because there are some kinds of tumbles that are involved, and it just delineates the area and helps them out. Starting next semester, we have gotten permission on Monday, I think it's Mondays, I might be wrong. Monday afternoons, she'll be walking the team over to Shaver, where they get to use the gym during that time for their practices for about an hour and a half, 2 hours on the Mondays. So a little more level footing in terms of where they're practicing and climate controlled, because we're going to be needing that as we get into January. What's that?
I said I like the fact that we get involved with Nichols. that
Yes, sir.
tie-in.
Yes, sir. We are very, very excited about the tentacles we've put out.
Yeah.
Thank you. So, also, as she pointed out, we have DARE in the building. It's every Tuesday with the 5th graders, and they've been working really, really hard. And on December 11th is their graduation. And again, I just want to reiterate, there's a standing invitation to you guys as well to join the parents and all the people that are already on their way to see what they've done. We really appreciate the work of Lafourche Parish Sheriff's Office, and this program has been really good, and it aligns very well with some of the things that Ms. Brannon has been doing. Also on the docket, there is a planetarium coming to us December 17th. We've already secured Schaefer Gym for that. This is a blow-up planetarium that has, you know, all the astronomy stuff that's going on, but inside the gym, and the kids are going to cycle in batches. Finally, our last day before Christmas break is December 19th. As far as CAVAS updates, we have had grade band meetings with Dr. Shanman. Unfortunately, today's one got canceled because we got a lot of things going on this last week of school. And as she also mentioned, 382 and 392, those are the field experiences and the courses from the College of Education. They have wrapped up for the semester, so we don't expect to have those students cycling back in again until mid-February of next semester. Transportation, still no other applicants. Now, before we move on, if you will turn the page of my report, I think, something that came up and I wasn't able to get after I sent you the report. So, SPSs came out. If you would mind, take a looking at the first row that we have up there. You will see that we continue to have a letter grade of F. Sorry about that. But if you look right next to it, we have an SPF of 35.3. which is a growth of about 4 points from last year. So we have been continuing to do our growth in those SPF. What I really am very, very happy to say, let's scooch over a little bit to the middle of the page. Our progress letter grade equivalent this year is a B. We were a C last year, so we have made quite a bit of progress. And that helps me because I still haven't found number crunchers that can help me with that original question. You had mentioned that we've never got a chance to talk about it because I haven't gotten anyone who can answer my question as to who I have to hit up with the calculator for our alternate framework. Still looking for that. But the fact that we made a B in our progress letter grade allays some of the concerns that I've been really itching to get that information for. I still want it. I'm still looking into that. But that is a good turn. And if you recall, Dr. Hill, when you and Ms. Karen were at the charter renewal cohort update that they had in October, was it? Yes. They kept talking about the revised formula. Well, they actually calculated us for the revised formula, and that's the bottom row that we have all the way at the end. So we do not use this formula this year. This year is the last year in the current formula, soon to be former formula. Next year we are running with the revised formula, but our so by next year I mean this spring's testing will be plugged into the revised formula. But using our spring 2025 data in the revised formula, we get bumped up a letter grade.
Yes.
So something to look forward to instead of to fear and concern about.
And in the revised formula, if I understood it right, they are counting progress a little bit more than they did in the past.
That is correct, Dr. Hill.
Okay. And that's good.
That is.
That's very good.
So, sorry I couldn't get this into the official report, but I did get it copied and put in. That's it for me, unless we have some questions.
Are there any questions or anything?
Surprising. That is surprising.
Okay.
Must be not.
All right. PTA.
Good afternoon, everybody. Glad to be here to represent the PTA. Happy to report that we concluded our Pick a Day fundraiser and did very well with that. We grossed $3,819 with that fundraiser. We also have 12 new PTA members.
Wow.
Well, as of the first of the year.
Yeah.
And we collected $80 worth of dues from them. We, our next PTA meeting is scheduled for December the 3rd at 6 o'clock in here. And Ms. Brittany Walker communicated with me today. She's the president, and she said that we haven't done anything for the teachers as of today, but she's working feverishly to get something on the books before the Christmas break and after. Questions?
Thank you.
Not a question, but you guys did the
Gift back night
walk
yesterday.
back, walk-ons,
Walk-ons.
gift
Yes,
back? Yeah.
yes.
I know they probably didn't have the numbers yet, but I did go and eat.
Yeah, that was last night.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was that last night? Oh, yeah.
Yes, it was. No, it was
Couple
Tuesday
nights
night.
ago, yeah.
Tuesday.
2 nights ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank y'all for doing that as well.
Well, good. Yeah, she mentioned she'll get final accounting.
Yeah, they usually take a little while before they give you the number.
Well, thank you. Seems like the meeting's in progress there. Is there any new board business? business? Oh. All right, the next board meeting will be December 18th. And PTA meeting, as you said. 18th is the charter school conference. Wow, wow. Covered everything in quite a hurry.
25 minutes. That might be a record.
Is there anything else to come in front of the board? Well, listen, if there's nothing else, I'd like to thank y'all and say, have a happy Thanksgiving. That's what's coming up next week. It's here. And let's just keep going forward.
Yes.
Very nice. Thank y'all.
Motion.
Thank you.
A motion will help. It's been moved by Larry and second by Cleve. And everybody's in favor.
Yes.
Thank y'all very much.